Just imagine you're him, whichever he is. Now, would he want that? And if you think yes, then I suggest you're in head. And sorry about that, but that's how I see it. So don't come to me making case for your one, whoever he be, as God's favorite son. We're all God's favorite son. That's what we're meant to see. Do remember we're one, as our physics does see. Now, time for you two to look just at this. No need to make changes. Just a look do I recommend. Just a peaceful look-see. This thing of religion's one of the hardest to break through. Did you know that the Andromedans consider religion to be, now buckle up and settle down in heart for this, they consider it to be just another form of government, of politics. Accept it as simply their perspective, okay? You don't have to adopt it as your own. It won't hurt you to hear this. That's one of the things that gets us off track. We act as if when we hear another view that's unlike maybe ours, we think it's an attack upon our own. Well, it's not that. Can't you see that's how we've been trained to be, to keep us apart? Then the controllers just keep finding ways to introduce these differences, contrasting views, each purporting to be the best or the rightest, and there you have it, ready-made war. Haven't religions been used over the millennia to foment and carry out killings and war? Well, what's with that, if not to separate brother from brother and take us far out of center, where all are but one? Can you see at least the possibility of how this has been used to tear us apart? Oh, it's far worse than that too, for if you go to the center of what the various religions teach, what happens is you get people's beliefs heavily involved. And then you've got the makings for powerful control. Furthermore, it's a self-righteous control, a self-righteousness that's encouraged. That takes you so far from heart, you're just about guaranteed not to be able to hear heart's guidance or receive your heart's blessings from there. They've got you pretty well snared then, haven't they? Now, come on, folks. We've all done this. We've all played the various roles, the parts in these dramas down through the ages. No one is lily white, so let's kick all self-righteousness right in the butt and invite it out. It has no blessings to give that we want to receive in our new state. So let's set our intent to simply be done with that. And there, it's now over. It need never come back. Absent your leave, you're inviting it in. Okay, I've gone long-winded. That 10-minute thing is a challenge that I haven't given into, but I do respect it at least somewhat because of what's happened to us. And what is that, some say? It's what happened when they got us listening to and watching their media. It all but destroyed our attention span by constant interruptions with commercials and news and such. Now we're unable to focus, to concentrate for too long. We get restless. We want to go on to something else. Those of you with YouTube or similar sites and sufficient media up on the net to do this, take a look at the difference in statistics you can see from the various countries. The viewing habits are definitely different here and in Asia, just as a for instance. In Asia, unlike the West, you will see both a part 1 and a part 2 go to the top of the list, not just the one. Viewing habits in the US especially heavily favor just the part 1 of something. Most of us have lost the ability to concentrate. Perhaps that's why we also find meditation so much more of a challenge than other folks do. That's been taken from us, and through not just the media. Look at our schools. Look at the short periods there. How can a teacher get deep into a lesson with a 45-minute period? I ask you that. It can hardly be done. It takes a heart genius to pull that one off, and there are some. So, as you begin to be more observant, looking all around you, these things will begin to come to the surface for your viewing. Inner self has so much she wants to show you. Once you settle down, find your way to your throne. You've many advisors who will show up for you once you settle in. Take up scepter to rule. You'll have support, the likes you've not known. Wish I could gift that to you, but you've got your very own crew, whose job it is to pay attention to you. And they do. But not till you wrest control from that mind, that way out of shape, that's so out of line in running the show that's meant to be you. The higher self you, not the ego below, the one in charge now to one extent or another, no, that one must go. But that's up to you. No one can come in and banish that clown. No, that is your job, strictly, totally up to you. For you're the creator of that. You gave your assent every step of the way while that one was being programmed. No, don't shout at me that you couldn't have done while you were just a little toddler or babe. No, that couldn't be, that you gave your assent when what's done was done to that one, that juvenile you. Well, I hear you. Now, back down into heart, please, so this journal I can finish and hear this from there. You gave assent before you incarnate to have all that done. It was a part of the plan. It was appropriate for then. It's just not appropriate for now. So, time's right for the changes that are happening all over the place, both within and without. It's your time to shine, to chime. So, take responsibility, do. No more shuffling it off. That's just what mind's been taught to do, and it's doing its job. But now it's your job to put that rowdy mind in its place. Make it listen to you. To pay attention to heart. See what can emerge from this place. For remember, mind isn't coming with you on this trip into heart. Mind can't enter in. Nope, it must await your return to see what new things you bring, what new you've become. That's a big deal to mind. It will try to prevent your access to heart, your entering in. That's what the mind fears. Sees itself losing its grip on power to rule life. That's what I've observed. Now, go have a look of your own. And P.S. And that impulse to turn on the net first? Nah, that one bit the dust.